friends, we're putting it all together. We got situations, we've got equations. We're going to use equations to model our situations and then solve them. So let's take a look here. I've got a monthly one-time membership fee of $4.95. And on top of that, for each DVD I buy, it's kind of like an old Blu-ray. It costs that much. So I'm doing that much X, $11.95X. X being the number of DVDs, I don't know how many. But the total I know is $64.70. So again, I like to retell the situation. Here's my monthly one-time fee. Here's my price per DVD. And here's my total. Now I've just got a two-step equation to solve. So I'm going to subtract my $4.95 from both sides, which makes sense. If I take the initiation fee or whatever away from the total, all that's left is how much money I spent on DVDs, $59.75. So if it's $11.95 each DVD, that says that each DVD there would have been 5 DVDs. So then what you're going to do on your little maze is you're going to go to that slide. So in this case, it's slide C is next. All right, so here's our next slide in the maze. We have a rectangular pool. It's twice as long as it is wide. And we know the perimeter is 48 yards. So I like to draw a picture. Twice as long as it is wide. So I like to say this is X, then this would be 2X. So one side's like normal, the other's twice as long. And then I might even like go right the other sides in if it's a rectangle. And I know perimeters, all the sides added up equals 48 yards. So all the sides add up would be 2, 4, 5, 6X. So there's my equation. 6X is 48. I'm going to divide both sides by 6 to get 8 yards. Now, the question is, what are the dimensions? And you'd need to write something like 16 by 8 would be the answer to that. Something like 16 by 8 yards for the two different dimensions. What are the dimensions of the pool? So I think when you're looking at your next card, it's going to be based on the 8, and it's going to take you to card E. All right, so let's check out card E. A Shoppers Discount Club charges a monthly fee of $15, so there's $15. And then gas is $2.05 a gallon. I'm going to use a G instead of X this time. The gas station across the street is $2.35 per gallon. No fee, so I'm not going to write a plus 0. How many gallons of gasoline in 1 month to spend the same? So when are they equal? Again, make sure you can retell the story. The place, like a Costco or something, right? $15 fee, but you get cheaper gas, $2.05 a gallon. How much would you have to buy to equal $2.35 a gallon across the street? Maybe you notice it, maybe you don't. But gas stations that aren't Costco or Sam's Club do cost a little more. But to be at Costco or Sam's Club, you do have to pay a membership fee. So is it actually cheaper? I don't know. The math's going to tell us. So here, I'm going to get my variable on the same side. And that's going to give me 0.30 G. Divide both sides by that 3/10. And 15 divided by 0.3 is 50. So it depends. At 50 gallons, you'll be saving money at the discount place. But under 50 gallons, it'd be cheaper to keep it not at the place. Although you get other cool stuff at Costco, you know? There's a game in there, you like a little in-your-house basketball game I saw the other day. Or a massage chair. I guess you need the membership either way. But in terms of just gas, 50 gallons is it. That'll take you to card F. All right, so here I have an equation to show a 3-mile head start for Michael. Sometimes it's nice to get organized, like an M and a K, just to know which side's which, Michael and Kevin. Michael's running 5.5 miles an hour, but gets a 3-mile head start. Kevin's running 7 miles per hour, so a little faster, but doesn't get a head start. And we're going to see how long will it take for them to be caught up or equal. So that's where the equal sign comes from. I just retold the story with my equation. First thing I like to do is get my variable on the same side. All right. Divide both sides by that 1.5. And it's going to take 2 hours. That's a lot of running, though. You think they can keep that pace for 2 hours? I don't know. So getting that answer of 2 for 2 hours, that's going to take us to card B. All right, card B, we're talking about lawyers. There's $100 per month fee for this lawyer. The lawyer also charges an hourly rate of $75 an hour. So I'm guessing this is just for 1 month. Yep, so I'm going to get rid of this month because it's saying only 1 month. Okay? How many hours does the lawyer have to work for a client to charge $625 total? Well, I'm going to take away my $100 one-time fee. And that means he's working $75 an hour for $525. Divide that by my 75. So 525 divided by 75. So it would give me 7 hours. All right, so I'm going to use that information to find my next card. 7, that takes us to card D. All right, we're talking rent here. 2 friends rent an apartment. They agree one person will pay 1.5 what the other person pays. So here's the most wrong thing I get for this. I get something like 1.5x equals 850. And that's wrong, and I'm going to show you how to avoid it. Okay? There's 2 friends. Friend 1, friend 2. If they had names, maybe I'd use name. One friend pays 1.5 times what the other. So let's say this friend pays x. 1.5 times that would be 1.5x. So what you would need to do is you add these 2 people's values up, each person, to total 850. All right? Don't just do 1.5x. That'd only be one person. We need both people. So the way you avoid that, I like setting stuff up like that. So really, there's 2.5x equals 850. I'm going to divide both sides by 2.5 to get an x value of 850 divided by 2.5, 340. Now, the question says how much will each one pay? That means this friend pays 340. That means this friend pays 340 times 1.5, or 510. But I think it's going with just x, 340, and that takes us back to card A, and we did it. Now hold on, because I got some more for you. I want to go over the most difficult question on the homework with you because, again, the homework is pretty short, but they're a little extra, and that's intentional because I know you can do it. But what I want to go through is some of the organization with you, okay? So I wanted to look at, I think number 2 is the hardest one. So let me get this in student view so I can take a picture of it for you. Number 2, it's talking about movies. Maybe you know these movies, maybe you don't. Maybe don't. They're a little old at this point. So it's talking about The Godfather. It's talking about the Santa Claus. It's talking about E.T. Okay? So here's the question from your Go Format. There's a lot of words here, so let's just read it once. The Godfathers sold 1 million more than twice the number of tickets that were sold for Santa Claus. E.T. sold 15 million more than twice the tickets sold for The Godfather. If 270 million tickets were sold now, how many tickets were sold out for The Godfather? So, man, there's a lot going on there. So let's get organized. I like to say there's Godfather, there's Santa, and there's E.T. So I'm getting organized. The Godfather sold 1 million more than twice Santa Claus. So I'm going to, on here, I'm going to call, I don't know what Santa Claus is, so I'm going to call it X, all right? And I know Godfather sold 1 million more than twice that. So if I take Santa Claus, 1 million more than twice the Santa Claus would give me 2x plus 1. Again, that's 1 million more than twice Santa Claus. So 2x plus 1. There's my Godfather. Now E.T. sold 15 million more than twice the Godfather. So to double the Godfather, I'm going to double the Godfather, which is 2x plus 1s. And E.T. sold 15 million more than that. So there's a lot going on. After you write it, just make sure you read the words match. So I've got Santa Claus. I don't know how much that is, so I call it X. I know that the Godfather sells 1 million more than twice Santa Claus. Check. And I know E.T. sells 15 million more than twice the Godfather. This is hard to get down unless you get organized like this, okay? So this organization, not necessarily a requirement, but man, it just makes stuff pop easily. Next, we're talking about a total. Our total is 270. So to get to our total, I'm going to take my Godfather tickets, my Santa Claus tickets, and my E.T. tickets. And I know that has to equal 270. Notice I'm not doing all the commas and zeros. All this is in millions. I can just use 1s and 15s and 270. All right, so now we got to think about that zombie problem. We got to tighten up. We got to combine some like terms. So I've got 2x plus 1 plus x plus 4x plus 2 plus 15 equals 270. And then I'm going to work on combining like terms here. So 4, 5, 6, 7x. 1 million, 2 million, and 15 million is 18 million. Now here's the equation I would use. So this would be the first part. I would put in this answer for the first part of my question. 7x plus 18 equals 270 million will be our 3 movies added up without knowing Santa Claus. What's cool, though, is for solving, I now have a 2-stepper. I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. So 270 minus 18 is 252. Divide by 7. And I get 36 million tickets. Okay. But we got to go back to the question. Because the question said how many were sold for The Godfather. This 36 is X. So that's for the Santa Claus. We need to plug it in here for The Godfather. But no big deal. I'm going to write in black pen up at the top here so it pops. So 2 times X plus 1, 72 plus 1, for a total of 73 million tickets for The Godfather. I think that's rated R too. Who's all these people watching this movie? It's a good movie for like when you turn 18 or 25 or something. Go watch it. It's a good one. So don't be afraid to rewind that. Really focus on this part. I think this is the hardest part. Solving an equation, not too bad. We know how to combine like terms. Getting organized and getting our right values for each thing, I think that's the challenge. So good luck. Get after it. Try your best.